Hi, my name is Maury, and I'm very scared to make this video today because I'm doing it with nothing on my face and everything pulled back, and I've done a couple videos without makeup on, but I feel like I haven't looked this kind of raw in any of them. And I'm here sitting on the floor of my childhood bedroom and I've been just staring. I've got like my mirror behind me, or behind you, behind the phone. I'm just staring at myself, and I experience what I assume a lot of the majority of people, or especially girls, experience, in that I look in my reflection and I don't particularly recognize myself. It's weird. So I know that body dysmorphia is a pretty common thing, or it's a pretty well recognized thing. I have no clue what my body looks like. I have no clue what I look like. And a big part of that is that I've grown up I've grown up obese. I've been obese for most of my life. I'm still kind of on the heavier side. I'm not a size 0. But I lost a lot of weight last summer, and I'm still focused on losing weight, and it's not necessarily been in the best ways, but it means that my body has changed a lot in the last year. Yeah. And it means that when I look in the mirror, I don't know particularly what I'm looking at, and I don't know if I'm happy with it. And a lot of my feelings of being self-conscious, a lot of my feelings of my identity revolve around my image, as you know they do for pretty much any teenage girl. Well, hey, I'm no longer a teenager, just turned 20. So I can't even say teenage girl, young woman, I suppose. But it must be a common experience to feel disconnected from your body. I have to try and, like, I have to think that it can't just be me, because it can't just be me. But it's weird looking in the mirror and like picking apart little pieces. I keep looking up to look at myself in the mirror, picking apart pieces that I don't know, but also pieces that I'm learning. I'm trying to understand. So one thing about me is that I used to have the most horrific acne. Like, truly, we went to a dermatologist and they thought that I had some kind of, like, it was a rash, like truly an infection. Acne that covered my face. My face was more acne than skin. And that lasted for years, probably from when I was like 11 to 13, 14. And then I had bad acne through a lot of high school, but it started to clear up and get better. And now I have really good skin. I don't typically get pimples. I don't have much scarring at all. I even have like little freckles and stuff. And I think freckles are really cute. So I'm very happy that I've had a couple come in. I'm like, oh, hey. But it means that I've been very self-conscious around my face for a long time. And it means that I've gotten really, I wouldn't say like expert level, but I've gotten pretty good with makeup. I started getting into makeup when I was probably, I'm guessing 11, 12, realizing that I can cover up my imperfections, where I was wearing basically a full face of foundation to school every day when I was like 12. I remember going to school in like 6th grade, 7th grade maybe, probably 6th, and just running to the bathroom, first thing that I was there, to see what I looked like under the school lights, to see like, is there anything out of place? Do I need to touch up on my makeup? Do I need to add more makeup? How do I hide me? How do I hide my most visible part of myself? How do I hide everything about me? And that's a very hard thing to unlearn. and it's something that I'm trying to unlearn and accept what I look like, because I don't think that oh Jesus, oh my actual God, ignore that. I just got jump scared by my mom knocking on my door. Oh my God. Fun fact about me, I scare pretty easily. God, I'm gonna have to learn how to edit just to cut that. I think. What was I talking about? I don't know, trying to accept how I look. Fact is that I don't think that I look too bad. Like, I don't know, certain lighting, certain angles, I can be pretty. But there's a lot that I try to strive to be pretty. Because in our current day and age, we see imagery, specifically girls, that their visuals are currency. And that is something I've noticed a lot. So I'll say, with having lost quite a bit of weight, that I've become more conventionally attractive. I have. I'm more in line with general Western beauty standards. I'm not blonde, but I am white and blue-eyed, and actually normally I am kind of blonde. And I'm not tiny, like I'm not a size 0, but I fit a lot of other boxes that just mean that the more weight that I've lost, the more I've noticed people are nicer to me. The more attention I've gotten, and I like just objectively, like romantic attention. I've had more people like flirt with me or genuinely just be nicer to me on a night out, like notice me. And it feels weird saying that because, you know, I've been taught very much that attention is bad, but also coming from a theater kid, I love attention. Hello. I think everybody does, or more often than not they do. And the fact that attention is so tied to what you look like can be really damaging. I don't think it's wrong to want people to notice you. I don't think it's wrong for you to want people to see you and like you, because that's how I feel. And it makes leaning into beauty standards addictive. It makes trying to lose weight when you're overweight and you don't fit those beauty standards, it makes that addictive. And that's difficult. It makes learning to do makeup or wear the right clothes or just try to be prettier. It's addictive, and it's hard because you're trying to often change a part of yourself that makes you distinct and beautiful. And I know in my heart that when I see someone that doesn't look like me, that doesn't look like a Victoria's Secret supermodel, that I find them beautiful. I think there's beauty in just being yourself, like just being a human. When I go outside, I'm not looking around being like, oh my gosh, everyone around me is ugly. Like, more often than not, I get caught in the fact that everyone is beautiful, very much in their own sense. And that it truly doesn't matter when I'm speaking to someone what they look like. And particularly for me, in my personal experience, when I'm speaking to someone who's overweight, I don't think that they're any less of a person than I am. But when I am overweight, I feel less of a person. And that causes a lot of internal struggle. It's there's definitely a psychological term that I'm looking for that I don't remember. But it's hard. And I often think about what I look like and how I'm perceived. And I'm probably not gonna stop at this rate. But I am trying to become more accustomed with, I don't know, my base features. Accustomed with what I look like and who I am. To try and not hate it. I honestly think that the first step to self-love is kind of self-neutrality. Basically a step down from hating yourself. To look in the mirror and probably just spend 5 minutes. Put on a song or just stare in the mirror for a couple minutes and take in all your features. That's literally what I was doing right before this video. And just realize this is what you got. It's really not that bad. It's unique. It's you. It's me. So I can't change it, and I won't. Like, I won't. So, self-acceptance. First step to self-love? I don't know. But I'll leave me with this. What are 3 things that I like about myself? Ooh, I suddenly got real anxious just saying that out loud. Okay. 3 things that, and I'm talking visually, because we've been talking about aesthetics the whole time, that I like about myself. Is that I really like this mole that I have, this mole with freckle. I have a lot, like just on my arms and stuff, but I really like this one because it's very Marilyn Monroe. And I have this one here too. And I think that they're really cute. Yeah, it's very Marilyn, and I love her. I also really like my eyes. It feels weird. I almost always have mascara, and I'm not wearing mascara right now because I've fairly long eyelashes, but they're blonde, so you really can't see them. So I'll often wear mascara, and I'm gonna put some on right after this. But I like my eyes because they're both blue and green and a little bit of brown, and it's just kind of like flecks in there, and I think that that's quite pretty. And another thing that I like, I have weirdly good facial control. I know we're talking about visuals, but I do like this and I think it's funny. But I can like control the muscles of my face pretty well. What I mean by this is that I can wiggle my ears. And I can do it one at a time. Wait, look. And I can like wiggle my nose. I've met people who, like, I can flare my nostrils, but I haven't met anybody else who can wiggle their nose like that. Okay, I'm getting off topic, or on topic. But yeah. General aesthetics is hard. Trying to look pretty is hard. And trying to accept what I look like is also hard. But it's something I needed to just talk about and ramble about for, oh shit, almost 14 minutes. But I hope that you're well, that you have a nice day, and that if you listen to this whole video, I am impressed because I didn't listen to this whole video. I never listen to my videos back. Truly, I sit here, I have no clue what I'm gonna say. I press play, and then if needed, I'll press pause, but most of the time, I just stop the video, and that's that. Crazy. Yeah, I don't rewatch it, I'll just upload it. All right, have a lovely day. I'm gonna go get ready, and I'll talk to you later. All right, bye.